Hey everyone, it's Jeremy, and welcome back to Pokemon Gold. This is turn 42. Let's go ahead and jump into things. Got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So, same as usual, we're gonna go through everything real quick, and then we'll go back and take a look at the particulars. Okay, so we have a bunch of attacks. We got attacked, got remote assassinated by Olivine here with a scissor. Did get my Karateka. Then we had another one where we won. Got attacked in Silver Grove. Attacked in Windsong and were successful. Attacked in Debrithia. We attacked in Niffle and were successful. We attacked in Impassable Mountains, and we have obliterated Helmet. Just obliterated. Let's watch this real quick, actually. It's kind of funny. So, this is Helmet, and they go... and they just immediately... they get one barrage, and they get routed, because, like, 3 or 4 people died. Is kind of funny. Okay, so we had that one. We are attacked in Kratos, and we were trying to pick up the Arcanines there. They get walloped basically. So big. We are attacked in Ministra, lose. We are attacked in Titan Steps and lose. Although our school nurse or our city nurse does retreat, so that's good. We're attacked in Trouble Bog, lose. Attacked in Hobergdorf, lose. We attack in Viridian City, and this is one of the important ones, so we will watch this again. We do win. We attack in the Spires of Ascension, do win. We are attacked in the Cavern Realm and lose. Get attacked in Giant Spine, win. Attack in Griffin Rock and win. And that. So we have a worldwide event where we got Magic +1. There's an arena battle. We go in and we'll go ahead and watch this real quick. But there's a Steelix. Nejdego is no longer equipped to fight a Steelix. He comes in, and I don't think he does anything. Don't. Yeah, he doesn't hit him once. He doesn't break through his armor once, so that's fun. Quick battle replay. A Basalt King comes in here and kills a black belt. And there's only 3 battles, but so we're gonna watch this battle between Atlantis and Olivine City. And this is something that we've known. I have a whole spreadsheet out of like thug gear and options, and that's basically what I'm using. What I have access to is what I'm using for the Golem plan, right? Basically to try to take on the Steelixes. It just looks like Atlantis has slightly beat me to the punch. They don't have golems, but they do have very thuggable. So I think these guys are in between. Like they're like a light super combatant, right? You can super combatant them, but they're not quite there. They're more like heavy thugs. But he has a very nice thug kit that is very specifically designed against the Steelixes, which is what I'm trying to do, right? So strength enhancing gear, regeneration, reinvigoration. Just good, decent protection items, right? In this case, morale boosting items, an eye catcher, and what I can't get, Dusk Dagger. So this is something that I have wanted, right? But I don't have the Death Astral Crosspath. So we are gonna witness how this works out. So, Terror of the Deep cast Quicken Self, and that's the really important buff, right? Because what it means is there's the very extreme chance that he is going to be hitting with a 27, which is going to get reduced, and a 19, which is going to get reduced. He's going to do he's going to do 2 of each turn. So even at reduced damages, the damage is still going to add up to over the regeneration rate. That's the intent, right? Along with, so we just hit, and we've lost an eye, and we just hit again, and we lost the other eye as well. So that's very good. And now he's bled from the Dusk Dagger, right? So the Dusk Dagger bleeding, right, causes a special amount of damage. So it's once a target is bleeding, I think they bleed for a percentage of their HP every turn, which helps counteract the regeneration. So you can see he's ticking for 12 damage every turn, which basically cuts his regeneration in half, which is very, very good. And for some reason, this guy actually got hit with I think no, he didn't get it from us. Maybe he just had it on. This guy has a black steel full plate on, which doesn't really do anything for him. His natural protection, I think, is already, yeah, absolutely. Like, this just encumbers him. So I don't know what's up with this. But basically, this, or along these lines, is what we're hoping to see with our golems, right? So our golems are almost always going to have quickness boots on, so they will be attacking twice. They have very similar gear as far as Girdle of Might, Ring of Regeneration. They're going to have quickness boots instead of boots of a messenger, so they're going to be slightly less fatigue resistant. They'll have Armor of Knights instead of Fire Plate, and they'll still have a Dragon Helm, probably. And they're using Gate Cleavers. Now, I do have some Ice Eye Catchers, and I'm actually going to reach out to Atlantis and see if they'll be willing to send me some Dusk Daggers, or to have me buy some Dusk Daggers. Because with 2 Eye Catchers, that basically means I could have gear for 2 more thugs right there. So that was pretty cool. So Atlantis has won a Champion's Trident as far as that goes. Let's continue on. So we've got a Breach in Omicria, some Afflictions cured, Disease cured. We do not have money, so we're still losing units. Got some promotions. Awesome. Let's go watch the battle in Viridian City. So you may notice, right, this is different from, again, because I sent in the turn before I did the recording yesterday, right? So these Nidokings are here instead of the Nidoqueens, which is a good thing, I now realize, because there was something very specific that I forgot about the Nidokings. Sure, they don't have, the strong poison's not going to do anything, right? But when buffed, right, they do get a bit of damage, and also they have Berserker +5, so they're going to have 5 more damage on top of that. So that's the reason why I actually had them originally a part of this, not because of any poison scheme, just because with the Berserking, their damage could actually get high enough to hurt anyways. So, and not hurt by a bunch, mind you, right? Double Kick can hurt because it's armor piercing, and there are 2 attacks here. But basically, like, they were just another option. So they're going to run in, and you can see as soon as he hits that one, this guy goes berserk, and now he's doing 29 damage, which does have a chance to pierce through. It's not going to do much, right, because it's going to get negated, and it's not armor piercing or armor negating. The poison is, but that doesn't matter. But the double kick is armor piercing, so that's 25 damage. That is ignoring half of his armor, so it actually does tick for a little bit of damage, right? Not much damage, but again, when I only have a few Machamps, basically I can cover the squares with other people and slowly chip them down. So then we start to get some chunky hits from the actual Machamps, right? So we go through, and again, just dozens of hits, dozens of hits. He actually like goes through this phase back and forth for a little bit, where he is regenerating more than we're doing for a little while. But we slowly but surely have more turns where we are doing better than not. And I actually killed my own person there by fucking shooting them in the back with flying shards. Okay, so we won that. We had 2 losses. We lost 1 Machamp, which is bad. We lost 1 Nidoking, which is kind of whatever. But that was a victory. That's another Steelix champion down. Are there other... Let's flip through the battles real quick and see if there are other ones that we really care about. I don't think so. I think most of the other battles are just either kind of foregone conclusions or kind of whatever. Yeah. Yep, I think so. So, what are we doing? We're gonna take it by fronts again. So up here in the Olivine City front, we are moving Falco over, again, just raiding around. We're moving Urborn over, again, just raiding around. We're moving Umbra, going back into stealth to kind of reset, because I'm assuming he's going to start spamming remote assassinations whenever he can. So Falco's probably not going to last very long. And actually, I think I might target over here with Falco, because there's actually a Earth Gem here. Might as well target stuff that we know is good. See some of his sites. Mudfield, Infinite Forge. Right. So, we're gonna move into Stornward's invisibly, and why I just changed from here to here is if he gets assassinated here, these guys are just stuck there and it doesn't matter. If he gets over here, right, we could, I don't know. It probably doesn't matter. Let's just pop back over this. So we're instilling uprisings in multiple different locations still. I'm kind of surprised at how little uprising we're getting in certain areas. Sometimes it just feels like it takes a very long time, and then others it just seems to happen instantaneously. So business as usual in the Olivine City front. In the Saffron City front. So Saffron City is about to be a very big target for us. We want Saffron City back. We want Saffron City back because we want this fucking site. We want the 6 Astral Pearls per turn. Also because there's an Infinite Forge here, and I would like to flip the Steelixes on him. I say that. I don't know that I think I'm gonna. If I can, I think I'm going to. But more than that is I don't want him to be able to produce Steelixes right here in front of me and then send them out. Because so that gives him... He can recruit 1 Steelix every 2 turns and just start flooding my territory with Steelixes. So we don't want that. So in the Saffron City front, we're moving Robodan up to attack in Griffin Rock. We are breaking siege with Chuck, Dolgod, and Ribla. Chuck has been kitted out with the Gate Cleaver. This is a general look of what we're kind of aiming for, right? Very high damage, basically two very high damage Gate Cleaver attacks. If each of these hit, they will be hitting for reduced damage, right? But if each of these hit, we're looking at 30 damage-ish a pop. 30 damage a pop, 60 damage a turn. Easily able to chew through the Steelixes. Now, part of the issue. So, Chuck is going to do Temper Flesh, Iron Skin, Breath of Winter, Strength of Giants, and he's up on his own little corner, right? Part of the issue is that Chuck is not invulnerable. Chuck is very. This could be a very bad scenario for Chuck to be in, right? So we don't want this to happen. We don't want to rely on this too terribly much. We're going to for right now. And then we're making a Ring of Regeneration with Kathleen. And we're doing nothing with these two Pokefan moms because we actually want to just... Actually, now that I think about it, we're still... Never mind. That's why we got to break the siege. I want to get them out of here and to safety as soon as possible. So we want to break the siege. We want to put pressure on Saffron City. That's the plan for the next couple turns. We'll see how it goes. So over in Viridian City, we are moving around quite a bit. Wiggly is attacking in the Scarce Hope Wastes because we're going to try to put some pressure on Violet City. I think actually... How much does she have? She actually has a fair little chunk. But I think she's okay. So we're attacking in Scarce Hope Waste. Again, we're just trying to ping around and do damage where we can. I think he's leaving these guys on Three Pine Grove so he can generate schoolgirls, which I need to deal with, and I might deal with by teleporting a fucking golem onto it, honestly. We are moving Kathleen out into Titan Steps. We are sending our little force with some Nidoqueens added in. And again, the Nidoqueens are 100% just in there. If they can chip damage, they can do 1 damage to the guy, which is going to take a good roll. If they can do 1 damage to him, then they can start to fatigue the shit out of him. If we can fatigue the crap out of him, a fatigued unit takes more damage. Okay? So that's literally all they're there for. That, and I didn't have 10 units, so I figured why not add 3 Nidoqueens to the mix and see how it goes. So Kathleen's going to go out and try to start doing something about that. Next turn, do I want to do that? Shit. I have so many different things that I'm potentially like using stuff for. I think I'm going to forge some earth boots. I'm gonna kind of change where I'm going with that. You know, actually, we shouldn't do the earth boots. We should do, or we should do the earth boots, but not with the lightless lantern. We'll do it with the owl quill. Sorry, I had to change something there because what we might do next turn with Venna, right, is so here's the flip side, and I was going to talk about this later, but aside from getting golems on turn 7, we're also getting something else. We're getting Weapons of Sharpness, and Weapons of Sharpness is basically a very large AoE that is going to give all of the melee attacks armor piercing for the people that it hits, right? And that's a big deal, even just on our normal guys, right? So, for example, Machamps already have armor piercing on the Karate Chop, right? But they don't have armor piercing on the low kick. So, suddenly, this low kick becomes armor piercing, and that's another 36 damage attack, right? Seismic Toss becomes armor piercing. That's another 28 damage attack, right? All of a sudden, all of the Nidoking's attacks become armor piercing. Poison jab actually starts to hit every time. Double kick's already armor piercing, so it doesn't matter. But suddenly the Nidoqueens are armor piercing, and their body slams are hitting every time. Their fury swipes are hitting a little bit of the time. Their double kicks already armor piercing, etc. Right? And this works for our black belts as well, right? I mean, it works for everything. But these guys don't tend to do very much damage in the battles, but with armor piercing attacks, they can actually start to help things. The stickler, though, with armor piercing or weapons of sharpness is that it's a 5 or it's 5 earth to cast it, right? And we don't have any good 5 earth mages, right? But we do have a couple of earth 3s, which with a pair of earth boots, right, and an earth gem can cast weapon of sharpness. So we're going to start looking at that in a couple of different locations. I think really the only place we can do it right now is Viridian City and Cyanwood City. But we're going to start looking at that as options. Now, this is completely and totally countered by him making his Steelixes ethereal, right? So this is not going to be a answer to everything, but this might be an answer to some things in the next, like, 5 turns, right? In this area around Viridian City, this could be the thing that helps seal the deal, right? In immediate area around Cyanwood, right? This could help seal the deal, that type of thing. So we're gonna be looking at that over the course of the next few turns, looking for opportune moments to send out Earth 4s to do weapon of sharpness on some people, and we'll see how it goes. Other than that, we're not really doing anything else in Viridian City. Just honestly kind of waiting. Well, I mean, we're attacking, but we're trying to just kind of wait for stuff. Does she have anything? She's got some Zubats. I'm actually just gonna have her attack into Ministra. We'll see how that goes. Probably not gonna go well, but I don't have her take some stuff that I. Oh, she can't take anything. Forgot about that. Maybe if I just leave her, then I take this guy. Got some stuff in here that I don't care about, right? Absolutely we do. Can this guy lead mindless units? He can. So I don't think the Parasects are useful. So I was like, I know there's some other stuff in here that I'm not like super excited about. Okay, so that should be fine. We'll send him out. He'll probably die. That's okay. Again, I'm in that mentality of just getting rid of units regardless. So. Okay, down in Cyanwood City, we've got a bunch of different movement going around. We are moving people. We're moving Sika over to Griffin Rock. We are moving these front acolytes up into Omicria with the intention of sending them beyond, right, to start doing, basically to start preaching against him and, what is it? Causing unrest. So, easy peasy. In Impassable Mountains itself, I don't think we're doing anything. We don't have any money. Oh, we're continuing to cast Augury, whatever. And then we are attacking in multiple areas. We're going to counter raid in Hobergdorf with Zarin. We're going to see how that goes. We are attacking with Yazar in Debrithia. We'll see how that goes. I'm assuming, as with most situations, right, these two Steelixes are going to stealth. They're going to stealth to other locations. They're going to continue to raid me, and that's fine. We're gonna see how that goes. I wish they weren't stealthy. I'm so like, the scenario right there is that I'm so like, about the stealthiness. Like, if they weren't stealthy, we would have way more options on what we could do with them. But they're stealthy, so catching them is part of the challenge, I suppose. Okay. That is it as far as movements go, really. And then we're doing more forging, right? More gate cleavers, more armor, more girdles, more boots of quickness, dragon helmet, lightless lantern, earth boots, and we're actually just researching this turn with Cameron. There's a couple of things that I would like to build, would like to make, but we're just researching primarily because most of the things that I want to make are earth or astral, and we're trying to hold on to that, or nature, and we're trying to be careful with that. I've got all these fire, air, and water gems, and I just don't care about them too terribly much, right? So next turn, we have access to golems, and after that, it's basically going to, for the foreseeable future, we're going to be making golems with Cameron, right? So it's going to be at least 2 or 3 turns of golem spam. And we're going to have to alchemize, which is why one of our first goals is going to be to try to get Saffron City back and actually hold it. And that's because we need the income. We need the astral pearls to be able to kind of feed this habit that we're going to be using. We're probably going to be alchemizing heavily over the course of the next 3 to 5 turns. Probably most of our death gems, probably a good portion of our fire and water gems. So we're just going to have to see how that goes. Research-wise, we're going to go up Conjuration next. Mostly, I don't know that we have a reason. Might actually... We'll grab Thaumaturgy 5, and then we'll head for Conjuration. Thaumaturgy 5 is for Soul Slay, and just to get us in position for other stuff later on, like Shiny Machop Gathering, or... I don't know, plenty of other stuff, but none of this stuff is what I think is going to be super helpful against Olivine, right? And then Conjuration is basically just to go up and potentially get to Kings of Elemental Earth. Because those would be good eventually. Alright, I think that is mostly it for the turn. Why do I have so many people out? I'm very confused. I thought I already put all of these up. I guess I'm wrong. I mean, obviously. Got some of these. Hope I put those in the wrong spot. It's okay. Put some stuff in the wrong spot there too. Alright, so everything's now in. She has so much leadership. Holy crap. Just 200 experience. Oofles. That's a lot. That's a lot. She's a very experienced lady. Okay, I think that's it for the turn. We might actually have a positive income next turn, which would be nice to not be losing units. But that's going to change pretty quickly. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. We're about to be at that point. So we'll see how the next couple turns shape up. If they go well, then great. If not, well, it's been a fun game. See y'all next time. Peace.